Hey, welcome to week 6 of your Relationship Goals group. This is our final time together in this format around this series. And I just want to begin by saying thank you so much to all of you who have made time to be part of one of our groups. And I want to say a special thank you to our group leaders who have opened up their home week in and week out, rushed around before everyone got there to get things ready. Thank you for your sacrifice, and thank you for making a space for people to encounter community together. We finished the Relationship Goals group by talking about a topic that applies to all of us no matter where we're at in life, and that is about honoring our parents. Ephesians chapter 6, verses 2 and 3 says this. It says, "Honor your father and mother, which is the first commandment with a promise, so that it may go well with you and that you may enjoy long life on the earth." Now, what it looks like to honor our parents when we're living at home is different than how it looks to honor our parents when we're adults and we have our own families. However, just because we're adults does not mean that we no longer owe our parents honor. And what makes this whole idea of honoring parents tricky is that all of us have all different kinds of relationships with our parents. Some of us deeply love and respect our parents, and that is a good and a godly thing. Some of us, we're sort of neutral about our parents. They raised us. We saw a lot of things they did wrong. We saw some things they did right. But overall, we had a pretty good childhood, but we don't spend a lot of time thinking about it. And then there's another group of us who we've been hurt. Our parents have said and done things to us that we've carried for a really long time, and they've caused wounds and they've caused damage, and maybe your mom or your dad has even said something to you over and over again, and that tape just plays in your mind over and over again, and it's really become part of your identity. And so the heart behind this message is not to ignore your pain. It's not to tell you, it doesn't matter. It's to call all of us to forgive. Because it's really tough to honor someone who you haven't forgiven. And Jim Comenzo, who was with us on Sunday, he shared some principles about what it actually looks like to forgive our parents if we need to do that. He says that we need to decide what we owe our parents, and what we owe them is honor. He also said that for those of us who have had really difficult relationships with our parents, that we need to grieve and we need to mourn what was lost. I just want you to know this. Being a Christian is not about pretending pain isn't real. We are human beings experiencing life in a broken world. And God invites us to mourn when something is lost. And then Jim challenged us to resolve resentment. Resentment or bitterness is like a root that gets lodged in our hearts, and it grows and it grows and it grows. And when really bitter people don't address their bitterness, it can take over their whole life. And so through the power of the gospel, through the fact that we are forgiven people, we need to commit to the journey of forgiveness because, and this is really important, the reason that we're called to forgiveness is because we are forgiven in Jesus. The power to forgive will only be real to you until you see that you needed Christ to die for your sins. And when we begin to see that, when we begin to see the grace that we've received, we can give it away to other people. And then we closed our service by saying that forgiveness is a choice. And I want to just challenge you again, because of what Jesus Christ has done for us. Commit to being the kind of person who forgives those who have hurt you. Maybe if I could just wrap up this Relationship Goals series in a concise way, here's what you need to know. In every relationship in your life that is meaningful, at one point or another, you're going to have to make the choice to forgive. because the people closest to us have the greatest capacity to hurt us. And we hurt them too. And so, what the gospel declares to us, what the cross and the empty tomb speaks into our lives, is that because we've experienced forgiveness and grace from Jesus, we are quick to extend it to other people. That's a relationship goal that will change your life. Now, tonight's conversation will probably be a bit sensitive. There may be people in your group who have very deep hurts from their parents. Don't feel like you need to divulge everything. But I want to encourage you. Talk together tonight how we can be the kind of people who both honor our parents and forgive those who have hurt us. Have a great meeting.